Positively Muskegon. It's Andy O'Reilly up in, well, almost Fremont.
Yep.
We're going just outside the box today because this guy here has got a big party coming up. It's been going on for 28 years. The Sandy Corley Memorial Run is happening at the Double J. I wanted to grab Rick Corley, talk a little bit about this this event.
Oh, yeah?
This event has turned into...
Amazing is what it's turned into.
Did you ever... Okay, let's go back. The Sandy Corley Run starts after your dad passes away. He loses his battle with cancer.
Yep.
Barb Van Bogelen has got the idea. It's a couple of crock pots in a backyard.
Yep.
And let's go for a ride.
Yep, it's kind of what we did. 50 people.
50 people.
Yep.
And now, what do you expect this year?
A few thousand. Quite
Really?
a few thousand.
Yeah?
Probably 5 or 6, maybe 8. No, 6 or 7 probably.
Up to 6,000 or 7,000 people come to this
Yeah.
thing. Did you ever guess that it would become this?
Oh, absolutely not. How do you even guess? I
Yeah.
mean, it was just a tribute to my dad, is all it was initially, and it still is, obviously,
yeah.
but it's just in a much more larger scale.
Grand
obviously.
scale,
Yeah,
yeah.
grand scale. I mean, it ended up being really, far more than we could ever expected, without a doubt. I mean, we had no idea that this was going to happen, and obviously we're thrilled that it did happen. So,
As this event grew over the years, was there a point where you stopped and said, "This thing's really taken off"? What year was it? I mean, was it?
It was we were still at Valdu. Valdu, actually, when we were at Valdu, they kind of decided to start doing a little more national acts instead of the small stuff, and that's when it kind of really started snowballing into something big. And now that we've got the several national acts, it's really, like I said, that's what's really happened is people are interested, and not only that's not necessarily that's what's bringing people in, but that's definitely a help to get people in here.
It's a big deal to bring in the national acts, but the whole idea, it's really not about the concerts.
And it's not. I mean, people are there obviously for the concerts, but they're there for for what it's all about.
Fellowship.
I mean, yeah, really. I mean, the camaraderie is unbelievable. The generosity just every year is just never ceases to amaze me and just blows me away every year. And just the way people act. We've been told several times that they'd rather have 50,000 bikers than 5,000, whatever. I mean, it just, I don't want to pick on any one particular group, but I mean, it's just cool for them to say that. I mean. One thing about that, it's not a family atmosphere, but it could be. I mean, there's nothing to worry about. I mean, you don't have to worry about, any issues whatsoever with that kind of a group, and that's always been something we've been after, is just trying to make it so you're comfortable there. You don't have to worry about anything. We can have a great time for great cause, and it's just kind of a win-win.
As the event grew, and you guys were getting things, you had Valdu, then you tried Dan Raymond Park.
Yep.
What's been the best fit? What's been your favorite?
Valdu and Double J have definitely been the best. They probably run a pretty close race.
Yeah.
The nice thing about Double J is we have room to expand.
Yeah.
I mean, they got 2,500 acres there. Criminy Moses, we can go a long way. So, it makes it nice.
He's right on the heels of Electric Forest. Or what are they calling it now?
Yeah, I don't think I want to go to that point.
Yeah, well, that's a big party too.
Yeah.
Talk about this year's show. What are we going to see? Who's all going to be there and everything?
When we started off as a Saturday only, you remember that, and then it went to Friday and Saturday. Now Thursday, Friday, and Saturday we have national acts, and this year we've actually added one more thing, which is thanks to Double J. On Wednesday night, they're actually throwing a pig roast for us
Nice.
right at the beer tent, which is going to be really nice. We're having so many people there on Wednesday night now, so hey, might as well give them something to do. But the actual bands and stuff like that, they start on Thursday night.
Yep.
We start off with a band called Image, which we've had them before. They were at the Moose for us, which is one of the benefit bashes we had. After that, we got Yard Sale Underwear, which
Nice.
everybody knows Yard Sale Underwear.
I sure do.
And then after that, we got Pop Evil coming in. Pop Evil.
Who?
Yeah.
I just saw them. We went last week to see Pop Evil at Van Andel Arena, just so I could say I saw them at Van Andel Arena, and it was amazing.
Well, and kind of give the guys from Pop Evil a pat on the back. I mean, they're actually grown. Obviously, they're doing a great job, and they're hometown boys. We want them to grow, and obviously their costs are growing along with their popularity, and I just can't believe what they actually gave the show for. And like I said, I want to thank Pop Evil for that, because they really stepped up.
They really are, and their hearts are still in the right place.
Absolutely,
they really are. So Friday
we got what's called Hired Guns. It's a Guns N' Roses tribute.
Okay.
Kind of fitting with Guns N' Roses actually finally getting out on the road again. Waylon, which has been a real popular band around here. And then we got Jesse coming back from Jackal.
Very cool.
Cool.
Is Jackal coming or is it just Dupree?
Yeah, probably Jackal.
Is it?
Just
All right,
yeah.
just checking.
And then Saturday, we're set up with the local band called Big Cadillac.
Okay.
And then after that, we've got Candlebox, which is people are pretty excited about. And then Great White will be the finishing touches. So.
Great White's been there a few times. Jack's been there a few times.
Yep, I think this is the third time for both. I think is what it is. So.
Great guys.
Over 28 years, that's not bad.
Not bad at all. And Jackal, I mean, you can make them the house band.
Oh, yeah.
I think everybody love that. Especially Dupree. I know you're watching this.
Yeah, well, and he's another one that goes way above and beyond.
He's awesome.
There's just, it's funny how you, as me, I mean, I'm not expecting any kind of preferential treatment or anything like that, but the Pop Evils, the Jesse from Jackal, those guys like that, I mean, I get their phone numbers and stuff like that. They're just unheard of. I mean, I'm just a little guy that
I'm the same way.
Yeah, and it just amazes me that they're willing to do that. And Jesse called me this week and he says, so what can I do to help you out? And I said, well, as usual, do some phone interviews.
Yeah.
Sure, there's nothing else. I said, Jesse, I appreciate everything you do. Just push it for us. So that's what he's doing.
He's the man.
He is. He's
one of the best guys I've met in all my years in radio. Really is.
And the notoriety hasn't gone to his head.
No.
Along with Pop Evil.
Right.
I mean, I like that. They're still put their pants on the same way you and I do.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Too. So you'll do the hog auction?
Oh yeah, Friday night's huge. Yep.
Big night.
Yep.
What'd you do with that last year? How much did you raise?
Last year we were at about 30 grand, I think, is where we ended up. So we've hit as high as 50.
Have you?
Our 20th, which was our big one. That was our $1 million hit. We hit 50 grand that year. Love to see 50 again this year. That'd be cool. That's always, and that's one of those generosity and, coming from people's hearts is where that auction.
You really learn that people will give up extra.
Yeah, and again, they know there's a reason they come to the cause.
Sure.
Right there, perfect example.
Sure.
There's going to be a lot of cool stuff again this year.
For the Johnson Center for Cancer Care and the Sandy Corley Fund there, how much have you put into that so far?
Right now, cumulative, we're about 147,000 from hitting the second million. So, yeah, pretty cool, huh?
You think it's going to happen this year?
I really do. We hit 20 years it took us to hit $1 million.
Yep.
And this is our 8th year. The 8 more years is all it is. And we're like, so we've been in the 6 figures for for the last 8 years, or a little more than that. But like I said, having that many years that we're hitting the 6 figures. Last year was down in comparison. We had 103,000 last year, but Mother Nature didn't cooperate at all.
Yeah, last year wasn't all that good, was it?
No. Our auction should have had kayaks in it, and a lot of them.
Final question. What do you think your dad would think of all this?
Pride.
Yeah.
Is probably. It would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I didn't set out to get you choked up, but
I know. I think it's just cool. I mean. Personally, I appreciate it more than anybody knows, obviously. And the biggest thing, Dad would have said, and I remember Dad telling me this years ago. He says, when he was going through cancer and he was getting, real bad.
Yeah.
He says, it bothered him to see the kids. Kids really bothered him as much as anything. But like I said, he says, his biggest thing is if there was a cure possible, and that's what our goal is.
Yeah,
we'd love to hit the cure. I mean, like I said, I always said that magic pill would be awesome. And like I said, but now people that go through, the breast cancers, the colon cancer. Dad passed away from colon cancer. It doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
And that right there, granted, it wasn't from us, but I'd like to think we helped. You know, and if we can get to that point, and I know he would love that. I mean, like he said, he says, I'm not an old man by any means. Dad passed away at 61, and which is, as far as I'm concerned, young now. But I mean, he, like I said, the people that are actually being cured from it is, like I said, impressive. I mean, that's cool to see. And if we can keep doing that, okay, now we got prostate cancer is pretty rough on people. We get rid of that, just different things. Again, enough the magic pill will get there, but if we can get the cure, get it cured on these people, that would have made Dad the pride would have just went, there was no way of explaining. I mean, Dad would have been huge, pride factor would have been huge for him. So I know I am, like I know it's cool to see, and like you said, to see an event the 28 years, events don't last 28 years normally, and to have that and still going strong. So.
Absolutely.
But it's helped, people like you and a lot of people have stepped up. Our events nowadays, we have, we used to have, we never had a pre-party, if you will, up until probably 10, 12 years ago. Now we had 4. And I got one more place wants to do another one, so that'll maybe 5 next year. We'll see. And like I said, all these people have stepped up and helped out, but they know this is a real event, and it goes to the right place, and that's what's cool about it. So
I think I've probably been to 20 of them at least.
I know. Love to see you up there.
I'll do what I can, and I got to get that fireworks CD done. I haven't forgotten about that either. Trust me.
Hey, don't forget to watch that. That's what Saturday night. That's what ends up. That was one of the things Dad always loved too. That's kind of where the fireworks came from.
Got your cigar yet?
No, I'll have them. I will have them.
28 years of the Sandy Corley run. Rick Corley, everybody in the Fremont Harley Owners Group put on a great show, great time, and it is certainly one of the, I'd call it a marquee event here in Muskegon.
I'd like to think so.
For the cause, the people, the fun. It's at the Double J. All the links are right here on Positively Muskegon. Rick, thanks for taking some time.
Thank you.